So I'm Amy, I'm from Naples, Florida, and this is all really new. My father had von Lippel-Lindau's, not even known as VHL, he passed away more than 30 years ago. And I found out about my VHL and cancer in November, had surgery in February. So removed my part of the pancreas, 25% of the right kidney, my gallbladder, and my spleen in February. I knew some about it, but back then there wasn't a whole lot of research, there wasn't a whole lot of information. And I can't say that I did a lot of research or studying or had genetic testing, anybody in my family. So it was overwhelming, to say the least, but not 100% surprising. And everything happened so quickly. I mean, it went from one test to the next test to the next test for 2 months. So it was a lot. We're in the fitness and wellness business, so I was already doing a lot of things proactively in terms of health and wellness. So we just started researching and realized, oh wow, now there's an alliance, and now there's this, and now there's that, and just kind of connected a little bit that way. And so it's been an interesting couple of months. I wasn't really thinking about community. I wasn't thinking about in terms of, oh, I've never really met other people with VHL, or what would that be like, or with all of us being so new and having no real other symptomology at this point or experience with it personally. So I wasn't really thinking in those terms, although it's been an amazing opportunity to meet other people and hear their experiences and things of that nature. I was really looking for what other science is out there, and what are people talking about, and what's happening in the medical community, and resources and things of that nature, in case, you know, at some point I needed those things. You know, it's been a little overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. You know, hearing everybody's stories and being still so new to this and not having similar experiences, it's a lot to take on. It's a lot to take in and process. The medical advancements are amazing, and I'm curious to see outside of the current drug that we have, what else is in the pipeline, you know, that they're talking about. Knowledge is power, and I'm not somebody who's one of those people who's going to Google for the sake of taking everything on for information, but I know a lot of people who do that. My clients do that. And so I think that getting the actual facts versus the other things that may be out there, you know, when you go Google happy on stuff, or WebMD or whatever, getting it straight from the horse's mouth, the people who have done the research, the doctors who are involved with it, versus people who are like, oh yeah, I know what VHL is, and they really don't understand what the disease is, I think can take a lot of the fear out of it. For at least for me, you know, hearing the science is much easier and better to process, for me anyway, and understand and categorize and understand what's available versus the ambiguity of this particular disease, or any disease for that matter, and not really knowing and relying on the web world for answers. So I think coming to the horse's mouth is so important. And again, I didn't really have an expectation for the weekend at all. I didn't know what to expect from the people or the organization or the knowledge, but everybody's been so welcoming. And if this is a larger group, I'm so grateful that it is an intimate group, because it's allowing to connect with other people, where if there was something like 1,000 people showing up for something, it would be even more intimidating to kind of go through this process. But I would highly recommend it for anybody who's on the fence or trying to figure it out or whatever. I think it could be super helpful. I'm going into the assumption that everything's a-okay. Like I tend not to be a panic anxiety person until right before I'm getting in the CT scan or the MRI, because I'm claustrophobic. But beyond that, like it's not, and I don't have a lot of experience with this other than all of November, all of December, and all of January being back and forth for all the different scans and stuff. And at that point I was still gathering information and wondering, what else are they gonna find? But right now I just go into the assumption I'm good. So until somebody tells me otherwise, that's just kind of how I live life. Like, it's all good until somebody says it's not good, and then I have to deal with it.